You know that prospect a team protects tooth and nail, treating as untouchable in any trade conversation, saying he's the future of the franchise, and then suddenly he disappears from the top 100 prospects list in baseball. This guy stands 6'7", weighs 240 pounds, has monumental power and impressive athleticism. The front office took his name off any trade discussion for years, but apparently the rest of the league ain't seeing the same value they see. The question that really worries me is, did this team wait too long and now they're going to lose this player for nothing? I'm talking about Spencer Jones and the New York Yankees. Look, I need to bring up one of my biggest concerns about this player today, because honestly, I don't know what the front office has in mind. Looking at my view of this player, I keep thinking, wouldn't it be a good idea to trade him now, or would it be crazy to give up on him? Let me explain why. Before we continue, if you want real analysis on the Yankees and all the MLB drama, hit that subscribe button right now. You won't want to miss how this story unfolds. Here's the shocker: Spencer Jones, who was ranked 99th on last year's prospect list, simply vanished from MLB Pipeline's top 100 list for 2026. And get this, back in 2024, he was at 84th. But wait, it gets worse. Now, some of you will say, yeah, but he can't stop striking out. Obviously, his value dropped. And in fact, Jones struck out 179 times in 506 plate appearances in 2025. That's a strikeout rate of 35.4%. It improved a bit from 36.8 the previous year, but it's still not enough progress. But here's my counter-argument. The dude crushed 35 home runs, stole 29 bases, and had a .932 OPS between AA and AAA last season. This is a legitimate five-tool talent that you simply don't find every day. Let me paint three scenarios for you. The Yankees keep Jones, work with him on the strikeout problem for one more season in AAA, and he finally figures it out. At 26 years old, he comes up to the team and becomes the dominant center fielder he always promised to be. With that power and speed, we're talking about a potential annual all-star. They hold on to Jones too long, his value keeps dropping, and eventually they're forced to trade him for scraps. Or worse, they let him go, another team fixes his strikeout problem, and Jones becomes a star wearing a different uniform. We've seen the Yankees mess this up before, and here's where my real concern shows up. The Yankees just re-signed Cody Bellinger for 5 years and brought Trent Grisham back. The outfield is already set with Bellinger, Grisham, and Aaron Judge, and there's more. Jason Dominguez, who's 22 years old, is well ahead of Jones in the pecking order. Jones is already 24 years old and turns 25 in May. He still hasn't reached the big leagues. Time is working against him. Here's the villain in this story. It's time and roster construction. The Yankees created an outfield logjam that leaves no room for Jones. And meanwhile, his market value is plummeting every year that passes. MLB Pipeline made that crystal clear by removing him from the top 100 list. On the bright side, Yankees shortstop Dax Kilby entered the list at 97th, but Jones's continuous fall is definitely concerning. The real deal is if the Yankees aren't going to play him, they need to trade him now while there are still teams interested. Because with those 35 home runs and 29 stolen bases, several teams are going to want the Vanderbilt product. But he may no longer be seen as that franchise cornerstone piece everyone anticipated. The question nobody can answer: will the Yankees trade Spencer Jones before it's too late, or will they hold on to him until he's worth nothing? What do you think? Drop your opinion in the comments.